All right, let's look at the check your understanding. So we've got these 15 students who've been taught how to solve a Rubik's Cube, and they were randomly assigned a number of times to practice the skill. And then after they completed their number of practices, they were timed. And here's a scatter plot of the results. So consider the student who is assigned to practice the Rubik's Cube 14 times. How does this point currently impact the slope, y-intercept, and correlation? So here's our student, okay? So that student right now is causing the line, it's a horizontal outlier, so it's causing the line to tilt towards it, meaning that if it were not there, our line would probably look something more like this, okay? So if you compare the black line to what the green line is, our slope is less steep, so it's less negative. Our y-intercept is lower than it would be, and the correlation is always going to be weaker, right? So our slope is less steep, less negative. Let's see if I can get that to work. There we go. The point makes the slope less negative, which means it's causing the slope to increase. The point makes the y-intercept actually higher than it should be, right? So it's causing, actually lower than it should be. It's causing our y-intercept to decrease. And the correlation is causing it to be weaker. The point is causing the correlation to be weaker, which is closer to 0. All right, let's look at B. The mean and standard deviation of the number of practices are x bar is 8 practices and s sub x is 4.7 practices. So that's the mean and standard deviation of x. The mean and standard deviation of y are 7.71 minutes and 1.20 minutes. The correlation between the number of practices and time to solve the Rubik's Cube is negative 0.793. Find the equation of the least squares regression line for predicting time. So this is just using those formulas we were given in Learning Target 2. So it says start with formula 1. B, which is going to give us our slope, is r times s sub y over s sub x. We have all of those numbers. R is right here. That's r. S sub y is right here. Let me do that in a different color. S sub y, that's the blue. S sub x is that purple right there. So B equals negative 0.793 times 1.20 over 4.47. I'm going to plug that into my calculator, and I get negative 0.213. Then I'm going to use that second formula, A equals y bar minus b times x bar. I know that y bar is 7.71, and I know that x bar is 8, and I'm just going to plug those in, and I know b is negative 0.213. So y bar is going to be 7.71 minus negative 0.213 times 8, and I get 9.414. Then I write my equation, y hat, which is predicted time, is equal to 9.414 minus 0.213 times number of practices. And that is the answer to my question.